Hey, good morning. How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Oh, if I was doing any better, wouldn't know how to act. Everything's just been going pretty good. Uh,
Good.
how you been feeling? Last
Um,
time we had talked a little bit about kind of anxiety and some things we
yeah.
can do. How's that been going?
I've been pretty anxious, probably a little more so than normal since the last time I saw you.
Okay. Has anything particular been happening to cause you to be more anxious?
Just not anything in general that I can kind of pinpoint, but just like an overall generalized anxiety type of feeling.
Okay. So nothing really, no triggers or anything. Um, Last couple of times we've talked about some coping skills you can use. Have you been trying those any?
Not much. I kind of forgot about those, to be honest.
Okay. Well, one thing I want you to do is I want you to kind of try those coping skills. I mean, try some deep breathing, walking, exercising. Just get out and just take some time for yourself. Okay. Just kind of get out, and I mean, talk. Go out on a date with your husband. Just kind of have some good times. Okay. Don't
Hmm.
just be kind of focused all on one thing all the time. I know sometimes that can cause a lot of anxiety going on, but I know it said kind of a sounds like been a little bit general anxiety. It's kind of everything happened. Um, how's your medicine's been going? How's it been working?
Oh, I've been taking them. I mean,
Okay, all
kind of
right,
feel like the Xanax isn't really like as effective as it once used to be.
okay. Let's see here. I know. Let's see. We started off with zero point 0.5 twice a day. Been on it for almost. Boy, been on it for about 8 months now. Kind of like we don't really like a long term deal with that, but I think we bumped it up to 1 milligram a couple times a day. Okay, yeah, that's it's kind of a lot of Xanax right there. We're talking about. Uh, I know we get a month supply, or is it lasting you the month?
Mm, not really.
Uh-oh. So what's going on?
Well, I mean, with the increase in anxiety, and I just find that it's not as effective and it's not working like it used to. So I've been taking it a little more throughout the day just to kind of get me through those times that I'm super anxious.
Okay, so been a couple months. Have you run out a couple months in a row, or 3 months or so, or what happened?
Mm, I don't really remember how
Oh,
many months it's been that I've run out earlier. I
oh,
mean,
so
not that
when
long.
you run out before the end of the month, what happens if you don't have the Xanax for a week or so?
Um, I'll smoke a little pot at night or throughout the day to kind of help me calm down a little bit and chill out.
Does it seem like you kind of like dependent on that Xanax for to help with anxiety?
I don't think so.
Okay, are you at a point where it's like, well, you have to have it in order to function now, in order to get through?
Mm, no, I mean, I think it just kind of keeps me cool and calm and just kind of like, you know, at ease. So,
Okay, I know one of the big things, especially with the prescriptions, supposed to take them as directed and a couple times a day, and that's why I'm working on coping skills quite a bit. Where do you see yourself, let's say, in a few months from now, um, with just always running out of your Xanax? Where do you see yourself?
um, I don't know. I mean, it's hard that I don't have it, but like I said, I then will smoke some pot with my brother and we'll just that kind of helps too. So I kind of, you know, just manage to get by with those two things.
Mhm. you know, we're going to run across problems in life. It's going to cause us to be anxious. It's not if we run across them, it's when we run across them. And it sounds like you kind of depend on your medication quite a bit more than what I'd like you to, since we're always working on the coping skills quite a bit. What are some different things we can use? What are some different situations we can handle them? What are some different ways we can get through these without having to take as much medication? Because one of the things, especially with the benzos, and Xanax is a benzo, they can be very habit forming. Um, and a lot of research has shown kind of once you've been on, especially for a long period, like kind of we have so far, they can kind of become habit forming. If you're having to take more in order to get through it, don't sound like it's like working like they should.
Hmm.
Um, so what I want to kind of look at is um, how would you feel about maybe changing to something else from the Xanax? What would you think about that?
Like to another type of benzo, because I can't live without those. I mean, I need to have like something that I know I can depend on that's gonna like help with the anxiety I have. So you can't just take that away.
No, well, we wouldn't just take it away. It's one of the things that would be just tapered down. Okay, just kind of because it's been on it for quite a while, so you don't want to quit anything cold turkey because you could have physical problems. I mean, seizures, nauseas. Uh, one would be something that would just kind of taper down slowly over about 6 weeks or so. But I would probably prefer to kind of stay away from the benzos and try something else. What's your feelings about that?
I mean, I don't really necessarily see like the big deal of like how I take them, and I think that I'll be fine with just continuing. I mean, I don't necessarily like the fact that you want to take me off of them without giving me something that's just as strong or effective.
Okay, but like you said, over the last 3 months, I mean, you've been running out before the month's even up. How do you feel about that? I mean, you're having to take more and just don't seem like they're working. And I'm not going to keep increasing the number of Xanax that you're going to get. So it sounds like we may need to try something else.
Hmm. I don't know about that.
Okay. Well, one of the things I want to look at now, like I said, it won't be an overnight deal. It's something we got to slowly go down. And we're going to want you to work on some more coping skills, okay? I want you to continue what we've gone over, put those into practice. Because that anxiety, like I said, it's kind of a generalized anxiety, and I just want to see what do you feel comfortable doing? How do you see yourself when you go through anxiety? What are some of the things that you do? Okay, besides taking the medication, we know that kind of helps a little bit. It's not helping like it was, but what do you do besides taking the medication?
Mm, smoke some pot.
Anything else besides? Is there any? I mean, behavioral things that you try? That's what we want to get focused on because I don't want people just to become dependent on medication. Medication can help out for a little while, but we can become so dependent on it that we think we have to have it all the time. And I think we're kind of getting to that point with you where you think you have to have some kind of medication all the time to help with that anxiety. And I want you to begin to learn some different processes. You can handle it without the medication. It's not easy. And sometimes it's trial and error. What's going to work best for you? Because everybody's just a little bit different in problems that we face. How do we begin to look at these? How do we begin to feel? When you get anxious or excited, or like I said, that generalized anxiety you get sometimes, how does it make you feel inside? What do you begin to feel?
Like a panic, just kind of like I don't know what to do and I can't focus on anything else, and I haven't done the techniques because I think in that frame of mind I just panic and I need, something. I just need something to calm it down right then, like fast.
And that's when you go take your medication to help.
Hmm.
Okay. So with panic, how many times a day are you feeling like this?
Probably like, I don't know, 3 to 4 times a day, depending on where I'm at or what I'm doing.
Okay, and so each time you're feeling this, do you automatically go and take one of the Xanax to help you get through it?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay, so I mean, your prescription's twice a day, and so you're running through some to 3, sometimes even 4 days. So you're running out of
It's not
prescriptions probably.
every day though, so I mean,
Yeah, I think it's something we're going to look at with kind of starting to probably take off Xanax, and we'll try something else. Okay, we'll work together through it. Um, it's not going to be an easy road, but we're going to work through it together, and we're going to see what's going to work best for you at what time. Okay.
all right, I guess so. If I have to.
Um, all right. Well, is there anything you need?
More Xanax.
Yeah, I think we'll discuss that just a little bit more in the next round. So, all right. But if you need anything, you give me a call.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.